Hi everyone, happy Monday. It's Vickie Kello, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Brisbane. Your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. School holidays, my son has had the iPad all day, so it is currently on charge because it was not charged. So we'll see how long my phone lasts, because usually it's my phone that's plugged in to charge. If you pop on, say hi so I can see you. All right. So I'm using this suite tonight. The Impressions Bloom suite. Now it is new in the upcoming annual catalogue. Hi Megan. But I thought I would attempt a scrapbook layout with no instructions, no nothing. So we'll see how we go. And what's worse, I can just fail on camera and show you while you're all watching. But anyway, hi Jean. That is what I am attempting to do tonight. So I've got the ink pads out that match this suite, using two of the new ink colours, Strawberry Slush and Darling Duckling, and the rest are existing colours. So I've got them out. I don't know what ones we will use. I think I've decided on these three papers, but I didn't open this paper last time I showed it, so I thought I'd show that. It's got yellow on the back. So if you don't like the floral designs, you can, the back paper is quite muted, which is quite nice. But there's some nice designs in there. So I'm just going to pop that to the side. These are the three that I think that I'm going to use. And we'll go from there. All right, so I'm going to attempt 2 scrapbook pages. Hope everyone's had a good week. I worked really late and then I had a meeting, so I've not done anything. Oh, I did get a bit of a surprise in the mail today. So this was in my mailbox. I don't actually have this stamp set, so this was pretty cool. Here's to lifelong friends. I really like that font and that sentiment on there. And then the inside's decorated as well with thanks. Victoria, thanks for introducing me to like-minded people. It's through your sharing, through you sharing your creative passion that I have met these wonderful friends and crafting sisters in the Bubbly Stampers, Kerry. So Kerry is a team member of mine and we are the Bubbly Stampers. So that is a really cool card. I like that. That's going on the pin board with my other ones. So thank you, Kerry. Now, I'm using from on stage, we got given, if you purchased the After Dark or After Hours experience, you got given this booklet with the product that you purchased. And so I'm not following these, I'm following these sketches here. Hi, Sue. So I'm going to do that and we'll see how we go. And I have these flip flaps and we're going to attempt to use them as well. Now it does look like, because I've not opened these, that in the pack, which I think is pretty cool, you get, because I think you get 10, oh, you get 12. See, you get, one would assume 6 facing this way and 6 facing that way. So that's pretty cool. I want them this way for this one. And I think that's, I don't think that's the same for all of them, but this one, the 3x4 flip flaps, they look like they come, they've got different orientations, but the 4x4 look like they only go one way. Obviously, because it's the same size, 4x4, it's square. I only just thought of that when I was talking to you. That's funny, isn't it? So I do think I want, for this one, I want some flip flaps as well. Now I've seen, and I think I want this way. I've seen Patty Bennett use these flip flaps on a card. I've not done that yet, but we will try to do it on a scrapbook page and see how we go. Okay, so let's do one at a time. I have no cutting instructions, obviously, because I am winging it from these sketches. So I've got the, what's this called, White Willow cardstock, and I'm trying to make sure that these two layouts are somewhat, you know, it's a double layout, but it doesn't mean they have to be the same. So we will want, I think I want, hi Kerry, I just showed you a card, thank you. I think I want, whilst I'm thinking about that, let's cut some of the photo mounts. Now I want to measure for in here, whilst I'm thinking, these have a bit of room, so you could stick a 6x4 in here and have room. So do I have a card front that is already cut? No, I don't have a lot of white cardstock on my desk. Had trouble finding you tonight. Oh, that's no good. Now, this is 5 7/8 by 3 7/8, and that's got plenty of room in there. I am hoping to have a border on that. So, what? Did I get the other cardstock out? Now, that colour I think is more, I think this is more Strawberry Slush. Nope. Thanks for sharing. So if we do this at 6x4, and stick that in there, does that fit? Yes, it's a snug fit. So the cardstock itself is 6x4. Then how do you hide the white? I'm going to attempt that, Megan. We will find out together. So I want that. And I want that. And this. So these are going to be my photo mounts. That's not right. Oh, there's a bug on my screen. Okay, so we've got that. Now I want some journaling, but I want to hide my journaling, which is why I'm using the flip flap thing. So that is that. Oh, I do have new nails. They're like Timid Tiger with sparkles. So that can go there. Timid Tiger with sparkles. Okay. So my thought process is, we probably need one. We could do another. Where's the stickies? The sticky is on the back of that, because then that stays opened. Yes, right, we need another white piece on the back of that so that we could double photo that. That's, oh yes, that'll work. I am talking to myself because I've got no instructions to follow. Let's stick these. Did we all have a good week? That goes on there. And we're going to double mount this photo. All journaling. And that goes there. I'm going to stick that down on the page. This is where you get expert opinions. Yes. And then this one, over here, which means I think I need a third one, which I did over here. Okay, so I have my, where did I stick the white piece? Here. So in my head, this is going like that. This is going like that. So that'll go, that might go like that. There. Now we have these little things that come in this suite. I think once you open these, although I like to keep the name of them so I know what they are, you need like a zippy bag to put them back in, because they just never go back in. Now, oh, there's some big ones. Big ones. Okay, so there's 2 of each sheet and there's three different designs. I think maybe we want this one. And they've all got like 2 gold frames. So this is the tag that goes there. But then you've got this piece, and then you could even cut that piece out again and have a second gold frame. I don't think we need to do that tonight, but that can go there like that. And we need a diagonal piece. Okay, so if we bring the other piece, hi Glenda, we're all back on the same time slot now. So I like this strip of green here on that, which makes me think I want a strip of green on that side too. And a strip of that. Okay, so that looks to be, I'm Googling this, well, guessing this. So let's go with 4 inches. And then this piece can be 1.5 inches. And then this piece, let's have 1 inch around the border. So take 1 inch off this way and this way. And then cut this diagonally. How do we do that? I like need like a knife and a ruler. And that's not even gonna go. Oh, I shouldn't attempt this on the camera, should I? I don't have a big enough ruler. But it's pretty much the top of that. The top of that pattern there. Okay. That still doesn't gonna work. Just going to go under there like that. And I want a strip of, you know, the scrapbooking thing that was on Saturday. Do you know if it was recorded, as I can't seem to find it now? No, it might be just a Facebook Live. Again, let me fold this. That's not going to be square now, but I want, that's the piece that I want in there. How do these people do diagonals? Maybe that's why nobody does diagonals. I'm just cutting that. I need some scissors. Use your other piece and draw your line. Yeah, but I still need to cut it. I don't have a trimmer that will do that. So, if we now get, just make this piece an inch shorter. We'll do 2-inch border. 2-inch, 2-inch, 2-inch. So let's do this another inch off. There, and an inch off there. How do I do that? Like that. All right, and then that's going to go there. And we want that. I'm lost. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm trying. Inch there. And this should be 2 inches. That's 1.5 inches. And then if we get 1.5 inches on this side, and then draw that line from there There. Caught up on idle. That's all right. You can just watch me fluff around trying to do a scrapbook page and a cut. So I think that is about straight. I'm making this look a lot harder than it probably is. Okay, that's gone a little bit crooked there, but that, with that, should be what I was trying to do, except I can tell it's crooked there. Okay. That is what I want, and now I'm going to cut this piece after I've done that. Now hopefully this should actually fit in the trimmer and shouldn't be too hard to cut. Yes. Why is the pink? No, I wasn't making it. It's because I couldn't cut the bloody thing. So that was my way of doing it. Hi, Renee. My way of doing it. Now that is going to sit there. On that. There. 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 And then we're going to stick some flowers and stuff on that. I think that's good. And then this piece. We're wanting that and that. And we need some more strawberry slush. Oh, there's some more cardstock there. We can probably use these pieces. So these are 3x4. And we'll need oh, that was good. I got 2 out of that. There's 2, which is that. We use the flip flap. We need another white and another piece underneath that. And so that's another piece under that, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of white. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need some more room. These are going to be my photo mounts and my journaling bits. This one, because it's going to be in the flip flap, will have double-sided. Alright, now where did I put that flip flap? There. So we want this one in here. And then that will go on the page like that. That will stick over that and cover that. And then this one will just be there, up there. Okay, and we will have another one of these tags to then tie it in. And now we need to, did I stick those ones down? Nope. Okay. I need to stamp a few images. What have we got? So when journaling, do you write in your own handwriting or you type something? I would type something because I hate my handwriting. But I see lots of people handwrite, but that's also why I'm covering the journaling, so that if worse comes to worse, I could handwrite it and nobody would know, like you wouldn't see it then as part of the thing. Now I need to stamp. Where did I put the stamp set? So we want the flowers. So this is the full image and then the darker image. So you could do the lighter image. So you could either stamp off or you could use different colors. Now in this ink, so I've only used the paper with strawberry slush on it at the moment, but in this paper there's Pretty in Pink. So I'm using Pretty as Pink as the base. That's all right, I have no idea either. Megan, we are just learning as we go. In the past, I've only done, like I haven't even done too much journaling. I just usually do a title as such, or make sure that part of the photo knows, like you know where you are type thing, so you don't have to write anything, because I do dislike my handwriting so much. Oh, so whilst I'm stamping these, I have put up the details for my class. My next class for April. It is the weekend of Anzac Day. I know that, but you know, it's hard to find a weekend in April that does not involve a public holiday. And it closes tomorrow. It is using the textured notes suite. So I'll show you a quick sneak peek. The details are up, so if you are interested, let me know please, so that I can order the product, because there is so many public holidays as well. I want to make sure that we get the product posted to you. So it is $35. You'll get a quarter pack of the woven textures paper. You'll get a quarter pack of the seeing people handwriting, especially for someone that has gone. Yes, that's a nice idea too, Kerry. A quarter pack of both of the paper pads that you get in that. So I've got the papers here. So you'll get a quarter pack of this paper, a quarter pack of this paper. You will get some ribbon, and you'll get a third of the pack of the gems that go with that. Now, what other colour flowers am I going to want? Thanks, Sue. A lot of you ladies are onto it and have already paid, which is great. We'll use Darling Duckling for the insert. You could use, it's a leaf or a floral image. It's only for one bit, Megan. You could use, you could even just use like this stamp set type thing. What did you get it on stage? Did you get this? Because you could use these. It's just to have something on the one piece, because we're not using DSP. You're stamping it on the cardstock as more like a you got turtle. Yeah, but what was your price patrol? Because this was my price patrol. I need some more flowers. And what other colors can I use? I think you could use that tree for a side and just use a portion of it. What am I going to stamp with the purple? Maybe if I do Highland Heather, which is not on this paper pad, but we're not using any purples in this thing. I just want some flowers in different colours. Can we get a fourth one in here? Yes, we can. And this one's quite an easy one to line up. For ages I didn't like a two-step stamping, but this one's quite easy to line up because of the big petal that sticks out. And two-step stamping is so much easier now with see-through stamps. With the red rubber stamps it makes it a bit harder, but with these ones, much easier. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Right, they need a yellow center as well. I think finishing off with the yellow center really makes the flower. Up until that point, it just looks a bit ho-hum. Ho-hum, ho-hum, ho-hum. All right, now I think we want some of these peach flowers as well. What are we gonna go with peach? Maybe petal pink. I hate petal pink. Hate it with a passion, but that might be the lighter colour underneath. Bubble bath. Oh, bubble bath would be good under the strawberry slush as well, instead of the pretty in pink. I don't know about you, but I find my petal pink is more orange like this. So to me, it's not a pink at all, which is probably why I don't like it, because to me, it's not pink. See, that lines up really well. With that colour. And then we need to stamp the centre of those ones, and that will still be yellow. Mine is pink. Yeah, mine's never been pink. And it's not a colour I use, so it's not something that I've, that one needs pretty in pink. Oh yes, my pretty in pink is pink. Yeah, petal pink, I think is the worst colour in the whole catalogue. But that is my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Now we need some leaves. I did get a green. I think we're just going to do this though. And there are dies for this, but I think I'm going to sit here and fussy cut because I've got so many of them, and I think it'll just be quicker if I fussy cut. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Pool Party either. I don't use it very often. We could probably get, because what have we got? We've got 12 flowers and that's only 9 leaves. We could get a few more leaves along here. Okay, and because I reinked that garden green not long ago, that is very, very juicy. So we can sit here and fussy cut these out. Now they do have dies that cut them, and there are the dies, but I'm not doing that tonight. I'll show you that you don't need to purchase the dies. So whilst we're fussy cutting, I need to make a trip to Officeworks tomorrow because I have run out of envelopes to send the catalogues in, but all my catalogues are ready to go when I get new envelopes. And what else have we got? So I have my sip and stamp on Friday night, which I've got quite a few ladies coming to. So that is an in-person event. I also do then on the 25th, which I know is Anzac Day, but again, there's very limited days in April that not associated with public holidays, is my first Craft and Connect day. Now that is held at my house, and the idea is that you just come and you can use my stuff, you can finish off a project that you're doing. It doesn't have to be Stampin' Up, you can just come and craft and chat. There is no design project, you just do your own thing. If you're not confident in cutting, draw a line around the outside with a pencil, then follow it. Oh, that's a good idea. And I've always been told when you fussy cut to move the paper, not the scissors, and it makes it a lot easier. So I've got that as well, so that's on the 25th. And then I have got the catalogue launch event, which is another in-person event. And the cost of that is $20, but you get your catalogue, light for refreshments, 2 make and takes, and $10 of your registration fee is going to Share the Dignity. So if you are unable to attend but would still like to donate, I do have my link up on the event where you can donate direct so that it goes to my fundraising section for Share the Dignity. Or if you would just like to drop off some period products as well, I am collecting those as part of the fundraiser. So there's a lot of things happening in the next couple of weeks. Busy, busy, busy. And the online class that closes tomorrow is on the 26th of April. And then I should have the classes for May up very shortly. So if I'm going to come to all these events, I might as well pitch a tent in the backyard. Yeah, well, if I get myself organised and have the spare bed ready, Megan, because at the moment it's still got all my linen covered stuff on it, because I haven't yet finished packing everything away into my new bathroom and things, but half the stuff went away on the weekend, which is good because I don't like clutter either, so it's been doing my head in. But I got rid of another box on the weekend of all the stuff that we'd packed up for the bathroom. Now I just need to get the linen covered stuff back in. And then I'll have my spare bed back. I do like how these purple ones turned out. So, what sentiments are on here? I've got a pump-up bed. I think we've got one out in the shed too. It's not as comfortable as my normal bed. So this is I appreciate you. Thanks for being there. So I don't think that's going to fit on there though, is it? Oh, I think it might. I appreciate you. So depending on what you what pictures you want to include on here as to what sentiments you can have. Well, it was sold as a 7-bedroom house, Megan, except I don't have 7 bedrooms anymore. Because 2 are our studies and 1 is being turned into my walk-in robe. Sue lives like 5 minutes from my house. Not as far as you, Megan. How nice has it been to see the sun? I can't remember the last time I hung washing out on the line. The more the merrier. All right, we've only got a few more left to do. I might use one of those other bigger frames as well to tie in some more gold elements whilst I'm just thinking about things. The sun has been amazing. Took Amira to Wynnum today. Oh, nice. We haven't been out there for a while. 2 days of sunshine. Yes, it's been amazing. The grass is dry. The windows are opened. The washing's on the line. Like, it makes such difference. I was just thinking as I'm cutting this, my cardstock still feels a little bit damp because, you know, like it's really hard to craft when it's raining because when you try and cut the cardstock, because the air is so wet, it just like shreds or frays. It's really hard to craft when it's wet. Oh, thanks, Marnie. So it, how are you enjoying being on school holidays? So, yeah, I'm really happy that it's dry. And then we've only just got a few leaves to cut out and we are done. Now, obviously, if you use the dies, these will be cut out a bit different and they'll probably have a little bit more shape to them. But because I've got so many to cut out, I am just cutting them out with the scissors to speed up the process just a little bit. And it hasn't really taken me that long to cut them out. In there. Nice to be able to sleep in. Yes. It was a struggle to get up this morning, but I still start early, but it's nice that we're all on the same time slot now. So when I get up and I start work at 7, I have like half an hour to an hour before anybody starts, so I can get in, do my emails and, you know, just set yourself up for the day. Whereas when it's daylight savings and I start at 7, everyone in Sydney's already started, so I don't get that time. He enjoyed his first day of school holidays. We haven't got anything planned. They're going to Supernova next weekend, or this weekend. But we haven't got anything planned because we're just saving money for Disney. Right, all the cutting is done. So I then was thinking in my head whilst cutting that that, I want maybe one of these. To then stick behind there, do I? Do you start at 7 a.m. when you're in the office? Yep, I do. I am on a 6:10 bus. But I have to, like on a Tuesday, I have to leave early because Hunter does squad and stuff like that. So I try and make up the hours by starting earlier. And like this afternoon, so I worked today from 7, 7:15. I think I started this morning because I did start a bit late. But I worked until 5:30. When I'm in the office, I can't work past 5 o'clock because my last bus home is 5:20. So let's start putting this together. I want like a cluster of flowers there. Cluster of flowers there. I might need some more flowers. Because it is a really long day. All right, let's just work with what we've got because we are pushing the hour, and then I will decide whether I'm going to do some more flowers or not. So let's start putting these together. Where is my glue? So I'm going to stick this one onto the green. Now, if you were trying to save paper, if you wanted to, you could just cut the strip here, but let's be honest, I have so much paper left over that this is a good use of it. And that side is not my cup of tea. So I'm not concerned about this piece of paper. And I just eyeball. That's pretty close. I think that could go that way a little bit. Now, what we want to do with this is we want to stick this one down first, I do believe. Yes. That one can go there. And then we can stick this one . So you want to stick that. I want this to go like that. So I've stuck it down so that the insert is underneath so that that sticks, and then what I'm going to do is then cover this bit, cover the flap with that. So you can either have your journaling here or here and an extra piece. Now we're going to stick this up. Where are my dimensionals? That's why I'm so tired all the time, Megan. Work too many hours. And then you come home and you do your Stampin' Up business. I'm definitely not using my little weeding tool tonight. There is a pile of stuff over here. So you could add, like I would just have like a little title or something here going January 2025 or whatever that is. I think I want them all popped up. Are we seeing what's going on down here? There, and then let's get some glue dots. Whoops. Have the leaf around the right way. Hearing you, Vickie, my day starts at 7:30. As in, that's when I arrive at school most days till 5:30, 5:45. Yeah. Yep. All right, so that's that bit done. I don't know whether if I stick that under there. I don't know about that yet. Let's just stick with this page. Now, so and again, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not concerned. I would be here all day if I did that. Had to measure it and whatever else. So this piece I think I like there. And we've got the flip flap again, which is on that side. So we need to stick it down like that. And I'm going to do this. This side here is the flip flap. There, and then we're going to have this over here with dimensionals. And if you were going to stamp on this and you knew what you were stamping straight up, you would stamp before you obviously stick with dimensionals, because that's going to be a bit hard. But what you could do is stamp now on a bit of white paper, cardstock, and then stick that over the top of that, if that's what you're concerned about. Now we are going to stick that there. Now, what else is in this stamp set? Okay. I'm debating. I have been really liking the whole doodling on the lines. I've been debating whether I want to do that on the edge of this. I really enjoyed the difference that it made, like on that card when I did that. But I did have like things to follow, if you get what I mean. When I'm just doodling myself, it might not turn out as good. All right, there's that. And I like that. Maybe that. Yes, like that. I think you just got to have a bit of a play, and you know what? Sometimes just wing it. Because I also find the things that I like the most and I really spend a little time on and go, oh, I really like that. When I share it on social media, it doesn't go anywhere. And things that I'm like, oh God, I didn't like that at all, but I just did it. That's what goes viral. And I get like 100 likes because, where did I put my glue dots? Usually I only get about 20 or 30 likes on my things. So when something goes a bit viral, it's a bit exciting. But it's hard to determine what everyone's going to like. And so I've learned that what I like doesn't mean everybody else is going to like it. There we go, that one's done. I'm happy with that. I feel this needs the second lot of flowers, but am I out of, oh no, this might just have to sit up here. I do like that up there. Shauna would be going, embrace the white, Vickie, embrace the white. There's a lot of white on here already. Right. So let's put the leaves on. The white is stressing me out. Well, that's why I was thinking about the doodling thing, but after I've done all this work, I'm a bit hesitant to do the doodling thing because there's no taking it back type thing. All All right, now there is some gems with this suite, and I've got one of those left over. The gems in my... Now, I did share this link because I know everyone last week was asking me for it. So I shared the link on the page. These are the gems that go with this suite. How cute are these? These are called Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. Take the photos. Yes, the photos do take away the white as well. But we obviously need some bling. Where is my take my pick tool though? I've got so much mess here, I can't find my tool. Oh crap. I really can't find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So there's just some plain gold ones or some pink. I like the pink. Let's just work on one page at a time. Oh, they do come in different sizes. I'm like, oh, is there a smaller one? Whoops. I like when they're different sizes. These have got like a gold fleck on them. There. And to tie it in, there. Okay, so we made a right raw mess, but can I get both of them in there? I do not have the imagination to come up with something like this. Well, I didn't either, Megan. I followed the sketches. So in this book, this sketch here is this one. Okay, so they've got all the flower, like all the bubbles along there, but how they've used that for the turtles show that you don't really have to follow it completely. But I've done something like that, and I've put the photos here, and I wanted bigger photos for this, and I wanted to use the flip flaps because I've bought them and I had to use them. So that's that one there. And that's how I came up with, that's why I wanted to do the diagonal thing, because I'm like, oh, but it's very hard to cut the diagonal thing. I don't know that I like it so much. And then this one is this here. So they've done it this way and they've turned it sideways, but I've done it this way and changed it up a bit. So I've got the sentiment up there, which is there, and they've got like the floral things. You could cut out more bits of the DSP and stick different patterns in there if you wanted to add more floral to it. And then I've got the flip flap here as well. And then that one. And then I've just added the gold frame just to bring a little bit more gold here. I was debating about adding this gold frame somewhere up here, but I don't think it works. So I'm just gonna maybe stick that down a bit better there, because I'm not sticking that gold frame in there anymore. So I don't know that I would have come up with it on my own either, Megan, but using the sketches, that's how I've done that. So hopefully that's inspired you ladies to try something a bit different and to show you how to use the flip flaps. I am liking this a lot. Means you can get a lot more cards or photos in as well without having to like have 50 photos on the page and not see too much else, because you could add more than one on these and have this like a bit of a waterfall thing. So anyway, thank you for joining tonight. Hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you at any of my events or my Facebook Live next week. Bye.